Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here. As today we're back on the black and gold. We're back with NXT. The breakout and women's breakout tournaments in full swing. Over halfway done. God, yeah. 4 matches from each in the last 16s, and then the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals. Quarterfinals and semi-finals in December. Finals NXT TakeOver War Games at the end of December. NXT Champion North American Championship Tournament also in full swing. Semi-finals tonight to determine the championship match for Survivor Series. A main event, Mandy Rose vs Roxanne Perez, as advertised last week for the NXT Women's title. If Mandy Rose is disqualified, then she will lose the championship. So a stacked card, lots to be going on, and lots of new superstars to introduce you to, and of course, the first installment of the hottest new reality show on the USA Network, Tricky Willie's next big booty patty. And so without further ado, I can tell you, your excitement's reached fever pitch at me saying that. So without further ado, let's just jump into things here with another episode of NXT, which is going to get underway. Just showing LA Knight, the NXT champion, the Golden God himself, and Isaiah Swerve Scott, the NXT North American champion, both arriving to the arena, ready for their contract signing later tonight, where it will be made official that Isaiah Swerve Scott does intend to activate his option C at Survivor Series, vacating his North American title for a shot at the NXT Championship. 100 for that. Very good. You know, they're both here. They're both ready. Contract signing later tonight, and hopefully, I have high hopes. They've both been on really good form lately, especially. So really, hopefully, at Survivor Series, a really good match between the pair for the NXT title. But for now, we're just going to jump into things with the first match of this evening, breakout-wise, with the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. First of all, we introduce everyone to youngster Jessica Harley here. And Jessica Harley, you know, talks about how she likes a bit of adrenaline. Like how there ain't nothing better than getting on the back of a good old Harley Davidson motorcycle and going for a ride, because there ain't nothing better in life like riding a Harley. A little in there, a little in there. Then we introduce her opponent, Nikita Lyons. What is it? Nikita, you know, we'll kick your ass and then we'll sing about it quite well. You know, she knows what life's like on the road since a young age. She's fought and she's ready for this. And she's ready, you know, for the Lions to roar. for a 29. I'll say 21 and 29. Give them their credit. Yeah. Good. A new superstar, what's the word I'm looking for? New gen in Jessica Harley. And Nikita Lyons making her debut. But who will advance in the women's breakout tournament here? Jessica Harley versus Nikita Lyons. In the end, it is a Nikita Lyons. Girl Lioness commits to great. And Nikita Lyons also picked up the win with her split-legged leg drop for a 27, which is fine. She defeats Jessica Harley here. She was off her game. Jessica Harley got a 42. All right, Jess. Jesus Christ. Jessica Harley's doing very well already, apparently. 17 for Nikita Lyons. She was off her game. Hey-ho. She does pick up the win over Jessica Harley, who is surprisingly good. Didn't expect that. You learn so many new things doing a breakout tournament. My word. Nikita Lyons picks up the win. And then we can just continue things in the breakout tournament over in the NXT breakout tournament. First of all, we introduce Josh Briggs. And Josh Briggs says that he's a Southern country boy. He says working out, long days in the soaring heat on the farm with the folks. He says that he's had to, he knows what it likes to get into a brawler saloon. This ain't no saloon. This is NXT, ready to break out. He's broke a lot of things in the past, his own and other people's. But Josh Briggs says that he is ready to show what he's got. To do just that, to break out, to make his ma and his pa proud. Because that is what it's all about for Josh Briggs. Which is lovely. And then we introduce his opponent. He says, introducing himself as world class Channing Thomas. And he says that he's been paying attention to this breakout tournament, and he's seen that the, shall we say, elegance levels, that the quality of competitor they're letting in is just not up to it. But do not fret and do not worry, because finally some high quality competitor is allowed in. Finally, world class athletes are allowed in. Finally, NXT is going to get its world class talent for a 20, which is fine. Yeah, we take that. God. Channing Thomas debuted his prestigious bastard gimmick. Didn't rename it, but I guess that works well. It got very good. I'm glad everyone's gimmicks are debuting well. Fun fact about Josh Briggs: I'm pretty sure Triple H is taking him on as a protege. So, yeah, Triple H personally training Josh Briggs. That's fun. Channing Thomas versus Josh Briggs, and Triple H will just watch on for now as Josh Briggs does pick up the victory. World-class Channing Thomas doing well, getting a 31. Josh Briggs gets 28. 23 for the match is okay. Josh Briggs hits the power slam in the end. Power bomb, shall I say, and gets the win. Good for him. Josh Briggs and Nikita Lyons advancing so far tonight. Matches, one more match in each tournament later tonight as well. And then the final last 16 matches next week. Lovely. Josh Briggs gets the win. Not the last we'll see of Channing Thomas. So not the last we'll see of anyone in the tournament, okay? Some will, maybe take longer to show up than others again. But, yeah. I'm trying to get them all involved, in other matches, even if it's just losing somewhere else on the Conus Raw or SmackDown. I'm trying to keep them involved. Let them develop. And Josh Briggs does pick up the win. Good for him. Good for him. As then, go commercial, we come back for a match. And it's Troy Donovan. Speaking of getting people in the breakout tournament still going, Troy Donovan lost last week. But looking to continue on and looking to get a victory here tonight. And Troy Donovan lost. Did he? He did. Right? Yeah? Give me a minute. Yes, he lost to Ora Mensah, okay. God, the problem with these tournaments, my brain does not have the space to remember it all. God. Yeah, Troy Donovan came up short last week, but, looking to get back in the swing of things, still show what he can do. Show off here. He's taking on Murphy. Murphy making his return a few weeks back. Shutting up Grayson Waller, looking to continue the thing he's got going here. And Murphy does pick up the win for a 39. It's okay. Donovan was off his game and they didn't click. That really brought the rating down. 53 Murphy, 16 Troy Donovan. That's okay though. Murphy does pick up another win. Murphy's Law sends him to victory. Murphy gets another win, continuing to build that all-important word, momentum. But then we're going to stop the wrestling on the wrestling show for a minute, because who cares about that when, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to continue the search to find Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie. Yes, we go into this beautiful darkened room. We have the judges table. It's darkened. A spotlight as will go down as the announcer announces. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, your judges for this debut edition of Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie, we have the wonderful Mansoir. Big round of applause. We have the extravagant Marseille. Big round of applause. Big round of applause. And of course, we have the head judge himself, ladies and gentlemen. He is the owner, the founder, and the head proprietor of the newest, hottest modeling agency around, and of the hottest reality show on the USA Network. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and get those hands and those cheeks clapping, if you're so inclined, to everybody's favorite host, ladies and gentlemen, Trick Williams. Trick Williams. Big round of applause. Everybody loves Tricky, because of course he does. And Tricky says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie. The show where we're looking to find the person who's got the ability, who's got the grit, the determination, and of course, has that junk in the trunk that they just can't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking to find the next Marseille. The next Mansoir. We're looking to find someone just like that white whale that I just found a mere weeks ago. The woman ready to break out, not just of those tight pants, but of NXT in general. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Big Booty Baddies. You know her, you love her. Eddie Rain. Casty comes out, yeah. Hi. Hey. Why'd you keep saying my name like that? How you doing? And Trick says, well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's see those big booties. I mean, those beautiful women. For a 43, we will be back later. You gotta spread it out, okay? It's too much power in one go. You gotta spread it out. We'll be back later to see how Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie goes. For a 43, which is good. Which is good. God, Tricky Willie. I love him. God. You see that he announced IRL, Trick Williams. He's doing a sitcom. He's doing an original sitcom, The Origins of Trick Williams, Matrick Belton. His name's Matrick. That's incredible. I could talk a while about everything I like about Trick Williams. Coming in January, check it out. I'll let you know when it's out. I'll let you know. Of course I will. This is a Trick William friendly channel. Okay? God, I'm talking about him too. You can never talk about him too much. What am I talking about? We're going to go get matches next up. In the NXT North American Championship Tournament, we have the intros for this match. Socrates Torres and Trey Griffin. Socrates Torres says that lost Cruiserweight Tag Team titles, but showing what he can do. Ready to get some singles gold. The Golden Guard, the Spanish Guard. Ready to get some gold wrapped around his waist. Picked up a win in the quarterfinal. Ready to beat Trey Griffin tonight. And earn his spot at Survivor Series where he'll get that championship. And Trey Griffin saying that the Golden Guards have been a problem on NXT. You know, last week he beat Dominic Mysterio. Legado have also been a problem. He's just going after problem after problem. He says that he's looking forward tonight. A really good match for Socrates Torres. He says he's going to win. Give everything he's got to win, to come out on top, to get that NXT North American title. He knows what gold feels like. He had that Cruiserweight title. Someone, you know, for a long time, but not long enough. He's ready to get some more gold. The NXT North American title, such a prestigious title, held by such massive names like Johnny Gargano, like Ricochet, like Adam Cole. Some massive, huge names. And he wants to add his name to that. For 71. Lovely. Socrates Torres versus Trey Griffin. Next up, Alfonso Bourbon coming to ringside with Socrates Torres because, of course, his tag team partner. And Trey Griffin and Socrates Torres going at it. It's a fast-paced, quick-action bout. You know, end to end, both soaring through the air. Trey Griffin setting up for a meteor at one point. Alfonso Bourbon jumps up to the top rope. Trey Griffin jumps out. He, you know, wraps his legs around Alfonso Bourbon on the apron and he hurricanranas him off the apron to the outside. Back to the top rope, goes for the meteor. Socrates Torres ducks. He rolls him up though. Trey for a 2. The match going on. Alfonso Bourbon back to his feet, tries to get into the ring. A bit angry, going for revenge. The referee stopping him. Trey Griffin got a hold of Socrates Torres here. When, well, out comes, well, appears Zelina Vega. And Zelina Vega throws something in Trey Griffin's eyes, blinding him a bit, and Trey Griffin turning around into Dominic Mysterio. Steel chair. No, he'll do what Legado IRL did right at the start. He'll have a lucha mask. Hell, should have torn his father even more. Rey Mysterio mask in his hand. Obviously has like a weight or something in it. Smashes it into the face of Trey Griffin. Trey Griffin down. Dom leaving. Selena going as well. Up the ramp. Torres taking advantage. And hitting a shooting star press for a 1-2-3. Socrates Torres picks up the win and earns his spot in the NXT North American title match at Survivor Series War Games for a 60. Disappointing, actually. That's really disappointing. 85 Socrates, 66 Trey Griffin. Why has this got a 60, though? That's disappointing. No psychology, but is that really enough to ding it? Being done to a dead crowd. Oh, shut the hell up. They would lead me to... But that's okay. That's whatever. It's whatever. You know, the breakout tournaments are going to lower ratings a bit. I've accepted that. That's fine. Okay, it's whatever. Socrates Torres gets the win. You know, Dom and Zelina Vega, some, you know, shit-eating grins up on the ramp. Dom's kind of sock-popping the Ray mask and waving at Trey Griffin. Nice. Nice. This was a good match. Okay, I don't care. I don't care if it's a 60. This is a good match. It gets at least 75. When we just go to a little recap. A recap of Gargano and Nakamura's history in NXT. Not the history together, because they don't really have history together. But their history kind of always being whiskers apart. You know, Nakamura showing up and conquering NXT. Alongside kind of the beginning of the kind of rise of Johnny Gargano in the Cruiserweight tournament. But then Nakamura leaving, going to the main roster. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Gargano finally reaching the pinnacle of NXT as well. Both men know what it feels like to be at the top of NXT. Both men know what it feels like to have NXT on their back, to be that hot, to be that soul, for the fans to love them, to want them to succeed, to will them to succeed. And finally, both men, for the first time ever, will collide one-on-one for an 86. It's nice, you know. Nakamura's NXT Japan champion. We can't keep dragging him over every week, but still. Yeah, just a little highlight, recap kind of video. 86. Lovely. Lovely. And Gargano had a new catchphrase. I'm not even going to bother. Leave in the comments down below what Gargano's new catchphrase is. There you go. That's your task. Whilst for me, we're back to Breakout Tournament. The NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. And yeah, NXT Breakout Tournament, first of all, introducing a superstar who's already been around a little bit. A Miss Fallon Henley. And Fallon Henley says, you know, older brothers down the west, you know, she knows what it's like to wrestle since a young age, okay? Working at her parents' bar, maybe younger than she should have. She knows what it's like to wrestle, to have to deal with problems. But finally, it's not in a bar, it's not in a living room, it's in a wrestling ring, the NXT ring. Fallon Henley, ready to break out, ready to make her mark. And then her opponent, namaste, everybody, namaste, Sol Ruka. And Sol Ruka says that, you know, she enjoys meditation, yoga, surfing, but the rush she gets in this ring, that's second to none. And so she's ready to get that adrenaline rush and ready to show what she can do here on NXT. For a 26, which is okay. The first poor gimmick of the night belongs to Sol Ruka. Unlucky. Her surfer gimmick gets a poor. Oh well. Oh well. You win some, you lose some, Sol. I'm sorry. In the end, though, here it is. Fallon Henley hits the hold down. I picks up the victory here for a 23, which is lovely. 31 Fallon Henley, 27 Sol Ruka. They have great chemistry, which is really going to come handy. WrestleMania 44, Fallon Henley, Sol Ruka, main event. It's going to go hard. It's going to go hard, I promise you. God, I feel comfortable making statements like that, yeah. They'll go hard. Hold me to it, okay? Yeah, Fallon Henley picks up the win and advances. God. Lovely. 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 And then finally, the final breakout tournament match of the night, the NXT breakout tournament. First of all, introducing the Super Diva, Quincy Elliott. And Quincy says that everybody loves Quincy. There are two people. The people who know Quincy and love Quincy, and the people who don't know Quincy but are gonna love Quincy. Quincy says that Quincy is the Super Diva. And is ready to break out here at NXT and show everybody what Quincy Elliott is capable of. God. You know what? Surprised I took this long to introduce Quincy Elliott. He's great. Quincy's great. Who doesn't love Quincy? And then introducing his opponent, another new gen who's been hyped up by Nate Preston and by Orin Mensa. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duke, as they call him, Duke Sterling. And Duke Sterling says that Sterling's my name and Sterling's my blood. Okay? I'm rich in cash, in experience, in family. I'm rich in a lot of things around here. I got my boys Nate and Oro killing it here in NXT, just like I'm gonna do. Duke saying that he was born in California, where he met his main man, Nate Preston. And he's got Nate around to remind him of where he's from, where his roots are from. He's got Oro Mensah to remind him as well. Because his body was born in California, but his blood's from Ghana, West Africa. So Oro and Nate, he keeps them around. Because they're brothers to him, they're family. They remind him where he's from. Both places, those are both his home. And he's ready to break out. Now, he's not alone. He's got Nate, he's got Oro. But they call him Sterling. He's got that silver. He's got that dollar. And so he might want a little help. Ladies and gentlemen, he would like... Yeah, 30, there's a 35 for that. You had the intro video with that. Quincy Elliott in the ring, Duke Sterling coming out, you know, to his beautiful music. Tino Sabatelli's old theme, because it's a wasted that was used on Bloody Cino Tabatelli, no offense. But Duke Sterling coming out and says, ladies and gentlemen, my right-hand man, the man paid and employed to watch my back every week, week in, week out, going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Dub. When out walks Big Dub. Wardlow. It's Wardlow, okay? Wardlow's Big Dub. And Duke Sterling says, you're probably wondering why it's called Big Dub. Well, let's just say I'm sure we'd all agree it's a big dub for me. That I got him by my side. For that 35, yeah. Duke Sterling versus Quincy Elliott. Duke Sterling, you know, goated, just like Nate Preston, just like Oro Mensah, bringing his boy as well, his bodyguard, Big Dub, into things. Welcome, Big Dub. Welcome. Handle changes. Good. Very good. That's what I like to see. Goat. Good. Duke Sterling. Great. Got a great look. I am a big... Of all the new gens, Duke Sterling's the one I like the most. You might be able to tell. But yeah. And Quincy Elliott, Super Diva, got a great as well. That's all beautiful. It's all coming up me. Duke Sterling, Quincy Elliott. A match where you want both men to win. Only one can, sadly. In the end, Big Dub watches on as Duke Sterling picks up D-Dub. Hits God's last gift. I put a lot of effort into thinking finishers. I decided on God's last gift for Duke here. 20 for the match, it's fine. 23 Duke, 30 Quincy. Quincy's doing well, that's good. Duke and Big Dub are an awkward pairing. Oh well, Duke Sterling picks up the win. Big Sterling picks up the win. Yeah, Big Dub in the ring. The ref goes to raise his hand. Duke Sterling says no. Okay? What is your net worth? Jesus, he doesn't say that. But then he holds his arm towards Big Dub, who gets in the ring, and Big Dub raises his arm. He picks up that Big Dub, and then Big Dub raises his arm. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? Yeah, breakout tournament stuff. Damn, that's lovely. You'd think the show would be winding to a close, but God no, because ladies and gentlemen, we go to Casa de Morella. We go to Casa de Morella. Tony's at the door. He says goodbye to Ariana. They share another kiss. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Ariana goes inside. Tony goes to his car. He's sitting in there. He looks over at his phone. He's smiling. He looks over at his phone. Lots of missed calls. Lots of missed calls from Don Wagner. So he's like, what the hell is this? Oh my god. It starts raining. It starts raining. It's cinematic. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Tony, you know, looking at all the missed calls, the messages from Don Wagner. Urgent, call back, call immediately. Where are you? Tony, thought it was in the number. The phone starts ringing, Bodhi's to his ears, but then he looks out the window. And he looks up at the bedroom window of Ariana. He can see through it. Ariana looking beautiful as ever. And Tony just hangs up the phone and throws it down on the chair. Gets out the car. Tony rushes through the rain back to Ariana's house, knocking at the door. Opened. Ariana's there. Tony's soaking wet. Tony, what are you doing here? Ariana, okay, I don't want to wait another minute. Okay? You're the most incredible woman I've ever met. Capiche? Okay? And every Don needs his queen. And Ariana, I really, really want you to be my queen. So will you, Ariana, please, will you be my queen? And Ariana's saying, of course I'll be your queen, Tony. It's beautiful. They kiss again. Big embrace. It's lovely. 39. That's okay. We don't care about ratings with these. We just have a good time. Tony was a real star. Hey, TEW gets some things right, huh? Tony, big star. Big star. Beautiful. Tony asked Ariana to be his queen, and she accepts. It brings a tear to the eye. Yeah? My goodness. God, there's so much still tonight. Let's start doing it. NXT North American Championship Tournament. Carmelo Hayes versus Montez Ford. An absolute kind of dream match, honestly. This is slap, wouldn't it? This is bang all night long. 80. Really good. And then the match humps, I'll assume. Melo versus Ford. A match with Sammy Guevara for the NXT North American title at Survivor Series War Games up for grabs in the end here. It is Montez Ford who picks up the win. 77 for the match, 81 Ford, 73 Hayes. It's a really good match. Both men really won this. In the end, though, it is Montez Ford who picks up the win. Montez Ford, Sammy Guevara for the NXT North American title at Survivor Series. Melo close. You know, they show respect after the match, of course. Shake of hands. Lovely moment. Melo Hayes, destined for greatness, the former NXT North American champion, but he will not get another one. Maybe Tez will, though. Maybe Tez will. When we go backstage for your favorite reality show, Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie, everybody. Next big booty baddie. And, you know, it's kind of just a stream of women. Attractive women, beautiful women. You know, talking. Whilst on a spinning podium. You know, some of them tried to kind of readjust so they're facing the judges. But Tricky's like, no, just keep spinning. Let Tricky get the full view. You know, just kind of going through them. Tricky not really seeing anything. Tricky likey though, you know. You know, once you've had the creme de la creme, once you've seen the voluptuous, once you've seen that booty, the ass, the rain is packing with her. Other booties they just ain't matching, are they? But then another woman walks into the room. The door slams open. And Tricky looks over, and standing there is Tatum Paxley. And she walks into the room. She's a little confused. She doesn't know what's going on. But Tricky's like, well, hello. What beautiful creature do we have here? And Tatum's confused. She's like, am I in the wrong room? And Tricky's like, no, darling, baby girl. You are in just the right place with curves in all the right places too. And then the lights turn on. And the room is showed to be the catering area, the cafeteria. And William Regal's there. And William's like, what the bloody hell's going on in here? Trick's like, oh. And Marseille's like, Trick, you said Regal said it's okay to have this in here. And Trick's like, did Tricky say that? Tricky might have overstated a little bit. Tricky might not have asked. William Regal was like, what the bloody hell is going on here? Okay. There is a queue of people waiting to eat outside. What is all of this about big bums going on? No, sir. It's big booties. Not bums, booties, okay? William Regal's like, I don't care what it is, sunshine. Bums, booties, all I know is you need to get your asses out of here. And Tricky's like, booty. And before he can finish, Marseille may as well kind of stop him and lead him out. Cassidy Reigns starting to walk away, goes face to face with Tatum Paxley and says, I'll see you in 2 weeks. For a 47. Yeah, Cassidy Reigns and Tatum Paxley. in action in 2 weeks in the women's breakout tournament quarterfinal, in a match that critics say is sure to give Connor a heart attack, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, the first session of Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie doesn't go to plan, shall we say. If you expected it to. Really? Oh well. But yeah, we have the entrances now for the main event. Mandy Rose entering alone. No one else allowed at ringside. The NXT Women's Champion. Roxanne Perez entered as well. And Mandy Rose and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. One half of them. Looking to get another piece of championship gold over her shoulder. Mandy Rose looking to retain her title. Mandy Rose cannot get disqualified. If she gets disqualified, she loses the title. Mandy Rose, Roxanne Perez, both women going at it. Mandy Rose comes close. They're at one point, we're on the outside. Mandy Rose kind of just instinctively grabs the belt and nearly hits Roxanne with it, but then stops short. And the kind of stopping short allows Roxanne Perez to take advantage. Get some licks in there. Roxanne Perez hits, what is her finisher called? Code C? Code X? You know her finisher. But she hits her finisher. Gets at Mandy in the ring. Gets that too. The match going on though. In the end here, it is Mandy Rose who picks up the win with the bed of roses. That tough knee to the face. Maybe the experience of Mandy Rose coming out on top here. Roxanne Perez coming so close though. Only debuted here in NXT earlier this year, and still, one half of the women's tag champs are coming so close to becoming NXT Women's Champion here. Mandy Rose keeps a hold for an 80. Really good match. 76 Mandy, 60 Roxanne. Happy with this. A good main event. The women getting to main event. Good for them. And yeah, Toxic Attraction. Stan Tall, Gigi and JC coming out on the ramp, raising Mandy's hand. Mandy very smug as Cora and Annie rush down to check on Roxanne here. Unlucky. Unlucky, Roxanne. You'll be a single women's champion someday. But not today. Not today. Mandy Rose retains 69. Very nice. Very, very nice. As we end the show here, as advertised earlier, with the contract signing for the NXT Championship match. LA Knight versus Isaiah Swerve Scott at Survivor Series War Games. Regal's in there. And Regal confirming with Swerve Scott, first of all, that he intends to vacate his NXT North American Championship for a match at Survivor Series War Games with LA Knight, and Swerve confirming. Regal giving him the contract and Swerve signing, officially confirming this. And LA Knight signing as well. And LA Knight says that Swerve hopes he knows. He hopes Swerve knows. He just signed his death warrant. Because after Survivor Series War Games, after the ass whooping to the Golden God himself, LA Knight gives Isaiah Swerve Scott ain't going to be doing nada. He ain't going to be getting that NXT North American Championship again. Maybe he'll go run into the Cruiserweight division. Because he know he can't run, and he can't dance with a heavyweight champion like LA Knight. And Swerve says that he's really looking forward to getting a shut LA Knight's big, fat mouth up. The two staring down when from behind Swerve's attacked by Socrates, Torres, and Alfonso Bourbon. Spanish Fly attacking Swerve here. Beating him down a little bit. LA Knight getting involved too. Went out rushes. Hit Row, Ashanti Diadanis, Dubdal, and B-Fab rushing out to the ring here. Massive brawl. Swerve back to his feet. Big brawl. Hit Row managed to get the Golden Guards out the ring here. And that's how it ends. The NXT title's still in the ring, and Swerve takes him and picks it up. LA Knight shouting him to give it back. That's the closest you're ever going to get to it. I hope you enjoyed that moment. That's the closest you're going to get to my championship. As Isaiah Swerve Scott, with Hit Row by his side, raises the NXT championship in the air for 100 as NXT goes off. Good show. Good show overall. Ratings, up and down with the breakout tournament. We all know that though. Nice to introduce some people. 100 for that. Hopefully it should be a good match, shouldn't it? Nice to introduce people I've really been looking forward to introducing. Nikita's here. Josh Briggs. Channing Thomas is here. Another appearance for Troy Donovan. Torres versus Ford will hopefully be a really good match. Duke Sterling. Quincy Elliott here, happy. Van Henley doing stuff, happy. Duke Sterling was really looking forward to bring him in with Big Dub by his side. Wardlow once again. But Big Dub I'm definitely going to put Big E in a segment instead of Big Dub at some point. Place your bets how long that's going to take me. Place your bets. Place your bets for the moment that, for some reason, in a random segment, Duke Sterling's going to be standing there with Big E by his side instead of Wardlow. Let me know in the comments. Mandy Rose retains. Action-packed show. Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie does not go to plan, but hey, there's always next week, baby. And Tony asks Ariana to be his queen, be his girlfriend, and she accepts. 87, really good show. Very happy with this episode of NXT. But that is going to be it. I hope you have enjoyed the go-home episode heading to Survivor Series War Games next week. The final matches in the last 16 of the breakout and women's breakout tournaments. And a lot else as well. Another edition of Tricky Willie's next big booty baddie if he can find a location that doesn't get Regal mad. And I'll say it right now, big segment next week. The D'Angelos and the Morellas are having a family dinner. We're going to Casa D'Angelo. We're going to see good old Michael Corleone again. We're going to meet Tony's mother, Beverly D'Angelo. Ariana, Santino, they're both going to be there. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. God, I'm going to have to do so many Italian accents in that segment. I'll start preparing my different Italian accents. But I'm going to end today. I hope you have enjoyed. Leave a like if you had and subscribe for more. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.